I'll saw you could talk about imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
And just like getting yourself back in the flow. I feel like you even saying that you used to have a podcast and like that would be really good to talk about. Finding yourself again.
I'm just having a look at
The episode I did last week was about my photography business going a bit tits up.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah, it went, well, it wasn't even me, but somebody claimed that I stole their work. And then it was like really bad. It was like right at the beginning of the year, but it like completely destroyed my confidence. So it's like one of those things. I feel like when you have a little knock in something, it'd be hard to get your flow back. So,
do you think it'll make it too dark if it goes down? I just don't know if it would like help.
Oh yeah, because you
like,
can't really see, can you? Dark. I think this will be alright. I'll just.
Yeah, it's sort of brightened up.
I can give you the audio as well if you want. So like you could have it as if it's like the actual podcast.
Yeah. If you wanted to put like a little snippet in or whatever, it depends when you're.
That'd be really cool. Right. Let's test these mics. Yeah. So this does maximum 2. So me here and you. Actually no, I think you can do 3. That's a lie. You can do 3 people. Which is quite good, and then you get obviously the dual interface, which you must have been using to record. Is that what you were doing?
Yeah.
Was it an interface? Yeah. I don't know much. My brother's teaching me. Bless him. If you just speak.
Hello.
Welcome to the podcast. My voice always comes up really loud. Like I hit the top frequency so easily. My brother's like, shut up. He used to edit a few of them, like, because he basically bounces the audio for me.
Aww.
So it sounds a bit softer. Right, let's give this a go.
Yeah, I shout. I always notice I shout because of like YouTube, because like background noise. I'm like, hi everyone.
Because the mic's like down below, but when this is directional, it's like it gets it straight away. So I'm like, right, okay,
calm down.
I'm going to be one of those people. Right, let's do a little test. So hello and welcome to the podcast.
Hello.
Whatever feels comfortable for you. So like you don't have to be too close. You can be kind of like this.
Okay, cool.
Because I feel like we've probably got the same sort of voice tones. And
Yeah.
But yeah, let's just try that out. From me, check. This bit I always say because I'm like disinfecting myself. Right, let's do a little test. So yeah, it always sounds really loud. I'm like, huh?
You.
Whatever feels comfortable for you. So I'm going to turn me down. Kind of like this. Because I feel like we probably hush now, child. Try that. Right.
Can I speak too loud or like quiet? Like just go.
I know, and what you find is the more comfortable you get, the more you lean in.
Yeah.
You're like, blah, 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 and then the sound is like all over the shop. Right. Okay. So yeah, we'll do the intro, just sort of welcoming you. Little updates on your week, things that have gone well, wins. I need to actually think of something that's gone well this week.
Yeah.
What has actually gone well? I did have some good shoots. Maybe I'll mention that. Anything coming up that you might be excited to like talk about, and then I always do an affirmation or a quote of the week, so something nice. Ooh, I like that. I feel like those 2 quotes like work really well together. Topic 1, which we'll go into, we'll clear that topic, and then we'll like pause for each section. And then I haven't actually come up with any journal prompts, but we'll come up with that sort of as we go. Okay, nice. Always like to check it's recording. Hey guys, and welcome back to a brand new episode of Staying Sweet. I've got a lovely guest with me today. Say hello, Charlotte.
Hello, thank you for having me.
I'm so excited to have you on the podcast.
I'm excited to be here.
If you guys don't know Charlotte already, introduce yourself. I feel like we've got some introductions to be done.
Right, so hi, I'm Charlotte Emily Price, and I do social media. I'm full-time in social media at the moment, and I talk about pretty much everything, mainly self-love, body acceptance, have a bit of fashion thrown in here and there, and yeah, just sort of share my life. Like, I'm quite an oversharer.
I love an overshare.
Talk about mental health as well, periods, sex, literally a bit of everything.
I love that about your profile actually, and I feel like that's what I was really drawn to with you. I felt like you were just an open book instantly, and I feel quite like that sometimes, and it's nice just to have other people who are open in that way and not kind of like judgy or like, why is she saying that? I feel like some people need to just say things, get out in the open, and I feel like your profile does that really well. So
yeah. I do get worried because I think a lot of people think, why are you sharing that on the internet? I think a lot of maybe the older generation are kind of like that, like, why are you talking about that? Even like some of my friends are probably like, why do you talk about that online?
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like it's so important, isn't it? Like that there are people that are doing that to normalise things that other people are worried about or insecure about, you know?
Definitely. I think sometimes I check myself. I think, am I allowed to post this?
Yeah.
But then I realise we are literally like setting the ground running. We're starting this new generation of people who are just open about how they are with their bodies and their experiences, their traumas, their highs and lows. And I feel like now is the best time to do that. So yeah, sometimes I have to tell myself, stop it, Alice.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. So we're going to be chatting about kind of a topic that we've both been navigating. I don't know whether you've been navigating it lately, but imposter syndrome and that feeling of being good enough for an industry or where you work, standing in your own power and just becoming the best sort of version of yourself whilst also not being scared of other people's success. I feel like it's very easy to see imposter syndrome as just a you thing, but actually it's the people around you maybe impacting you without even realising it. So we're going to be chatting about that today, aren't we? And opening up about it. But firstly, we want to start with some updates because that's what we do here. We like to keep you in the know, give you all the tea and the goss. What kind of things have you been up to lately that have been good for you?
What have I been up to? I feel like I've been getting into more mindful things because I found that I'm on social media too much because being my job, I obviously have to be on it, so I can't really take breaks as such. You know, like some people actually like delete the
app.
The
How
app.
do they do that?
I know.
I can't.
So obviously I can't do that. So I'm trying to do more mindful things like switching off before I go to bed, like journaling more. Because usually I journal once a day, but maybe like upping that to twice a day, morning and night.
Nice, yeah.
Because I always used to be like, oh, I don't have time for that, just a 10-minute like morning, but like you do have time for that. I'll just sit and scroll on TikTok, which is obviously not really beneficial for my mental health really, before I go to bed, or even just my eyesight, or quite a lot of things really.
Oh my gosh, it's quite crazy how bad our eyes are getting, well mine are getting quite bad.
Yeah.
Just from the amount of hours I spend, and you're sitting and you're editing, you're replying to comments, you're engaging and you're talking to people, but you're still on your phone.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just about centering yourself, isn't it?
Sorry. And even if I'm trying to get my screen time down on my phone, then I'm spending more time on my laptop editing, so it's like not really, it's counterproductive in a way. So yeah, journaling for me, or I'm trying to get back into scrapbooking because I used to love it so much. I feel like that's quite a nice like activity to do in the evening.
Is that
to
with,
really
like,
slow
photos
down. Yeah, photos,
that's really lovely.
quotes, things like that. Just piecing memories from my phone, but physical. I like it a lot.
Do you use free prints?
Yes.
I love free prints.
That would be a perfect sponsor.
That would be such a good sponsor. I'm bringing you on, guys, to free prints. No, this is not sponsored, but I think the beauty of free prints really is just gathering everything that's happened in the month and looking back and actually being quite nostalgic. I'm a very nostalgic person.
Me too. Sentimental.
Yeah, sentimental. So I feel like scrapbooking is a very like nostalgic thing to do.
Yeah.
It's crazy how much has happened in the last like few months, first few months of 2022, and it's been busy.
It has.
It's been busy.
Yeah, I feel like you don't realise what you've done in that month until you like go on free prints.
Yeah, or even just scrolling through your camera rolls.
Yeah.
Like that was new to me because I used to have a Samsung phone, so I didn't see how many photos would accumulate. It would be all in folders.
Yeah.
But when you have a camera roll, you're like, oh my god, like how many photos have I taken? Specifically of myself. That's a bit shallow, but. Oh dear, but yeah, I feel like there's been some really nice things happening lately. We actually caught up at the Phenomenal event with George, as it's my first George event actually.
I think mine too.
Yeah, really nice event, and there was a live podcast, so that was really nice to see, and just be around women who support each other, and yeah,
it left me feeling really good actually, because we were both saying, weren't we, that we weren't really feeling great.
Yeah, we were both having a really crappy day.
We were.
Not because we were having a bad day, which is we didn't have like a great mental health day.
Yeah,
and it was weird that we were both acknowledging that, and I feel like because you said it and I said it, it was like, oh my god, we're both here, and we should be happy that we're here.
Yeah.
But we're both feeling a bit down, and yeah, I just felt like we had that connection in that moment. It was really nice.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't even going to come because I was like really anxious before I came anyway, and then I was also on my period. Like my hormones were all over the place. Like
I was PMSing.
Yeah.
Like we were like on the same level on the vibes and the feels. It does really affect you, doesn't it? And impact your day.
I feel like that feminine energy from that event was just what I needed, to be honest, because I came back and I was like, wow, and I just sat and planned like the rest of my week, because it was on like a Tuesday, wasn't it? So I just felt really like, wow, like, just really uplifted me. I think talking to loads of amazing women that were doing all these different great things, like in different avenues, and it was just what I needed.
Yeah, really lovely to have as an experience. I think events are one of the really great parts of being a blogger, creator, the networking, being with like-minded people, and it just kind of reminds you like, oh, I'm actually in this industry with other people, because it's quite lonely, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I feel like with imposter syndrome, when you're at home doing your thing, doing your grind, like you can get really in your head, like, is this good enough? Am I working hard enough? That's something I dwell on all the time. Am I being productive enough?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. But how do you sort of feel with productivity and sort of navigating that?
Yeah, I think I am someone who, I feel like I thrive when I'm productive. Like, I feel like that's what I need to get up and go. Like, if I wallow too much, that'll make me feel worse. So I have to like get up and do something, even if it's something small that I've been putting off for ages. At least then I'm doing something, which I know obviously is not ideal in some senses, because you can go into that whole toxic positivity or productivity or whatever. But I think you just have to figure out what works for you, because resting for too long will actually make me more stressed out if I've got like a big to-do list or something. So getting small things off my to-dos make me feel better, and then it sort of gets me into a rhythm. But yeah, imposter syndrome I think is the worst with the whole productivity. I feel like a lot of people compare themselves on social media to other people's body types or faces, but for me, my social media like stress and worries don't come from that anymore. It comes from other people's success and how well they're doing.
So, I can relate.
And that's where my imposter syndrome, like, I think hits more.
Things like having your fingers in lots of pies. And I think that's why I do spread myself really thin, because it's like, if I look like I'm doing all these things, I'm definitely successful, when actually, like, am I really being as productive as I could be if I just focused on one project or one thing? And I feel like social media sites like Instagram, I don't know whether you feel the same, but adding all these extra things that you have to do, like storying for like 10 stories, reels, showing up on live, showing up on TikTok now, like being present on all these platforms, they want us to spread ourselves thin, in a sense. And I think that's quite toxic in itself, and just sort of analysing how social media platforms are making it increasingly difficult to be successful on a platform. Like TikTok now have stories. Tried it a few times, don't know how I'm going to feel, maybe I'll get into the flow of that, but how do you feel about platforms kind of pushing that toxic productivity?
I think it's really hard, and I think more of that comes with people that aren't like in the social media industry going, oh, what if one of these app dies? What are you going to do then? And then that's what makes me shit myself.
We can swear.
Okay.
Swear away.
And that's what makes me shit myself, because I'm like, oh, like I need to put more time into TikTok. I'm doing Instagram too much. Like shit, let's go on there, and then YouTube. Like my mind is constantly racing, and I just need to chill out, I think.
And then you get yourself on like toxic productivity TikTok, which is my For You page basically, and it's like hustle culture, which. It sounds bad that I get a kick out of it and a motivation, but I also have to step back and go, is this actually that healthy for me? And when you watch videos on like how to increase your engagement and how to do this and how to do that, it's like, I need to remember all these things. Like I literally save down about 100 TikToks a day of things that I need to do, like to better myself. But is that actually productive? I don't know. Will I refer back to those videos? Probably not.
Yeah, I do that as well, like save, and then I don't even look back at them until like weeks later or something, when it's not relevant anymore. You know, it's so quick pace, fast paced, and I feel like I can't keep up.
Definitely. Do you feel that way with sort of Instagram trends and fashion as well? I feel like something off the top of my head, the mini Uggs thing. I don't know whether you got those,
I did,
but like how fleeting was that?
Yeah,
and now everyone's over it.
I know. It's sort of, I think, this is a random way to bring this into it, but I think grief recently has made me realise that like things like fleeting trends are really pointless, like, which is obviously not ideal, because I know that's part of like the fashion industry, like there are going to be trending moments, but I feel like grief for me has made me realise that materialistic things are like the least thing, like the least of my priorities. But I obviously still do like see joy in them, and like I like watching it, but I think it's made me like really refrain from like buying stuff.
Do you feel like you ever get FOMO with trends?
Yeah, I do. I think I'm like, oh, that would look so good with that.
Your vibe, like,
I know. It's very odd. I think it is just because we're constantly looking at our phones and seeing all this new stuff, fresh stuff every day. Yeah, I guess FOMO in that sense, probably.
And I think from a sort of production element, what I've noticed, and I didn't really see it until maybe like 2019, is that brands, in order to create a hyper-branded product, will give it out and divvy it out to 20 odd bloggers, and then go, right, you're all going to post on this day, you're going to hype this product out, and it's going to sell out. And then that's what kind of snowballs the trend and starts things kind of rolling. And I've noticed it with big brands do it, and it's very clever, because even as a creator, when you know that brand is doing that, it's quite toxic in the way that it kind of makes you feel like, okay, now I need to get involved. It's this, I'm not going to be good enough if I don't get on that hype and post that picture with that thing on, or that piece of clothing, when actually, like you say, it's materialistic, and am I really going to wear it in 2 months' time? Probably not. Yeah,
I think you really just have to think, I mean, I'm not the most sustainable person, you know, I'll be the first to say that, you know, because I feel like that's quite a lot of sometimes comments you get, obviously, if you buy into fast fashion brands. Yeah, but I do sort of get it if you, like the Uggs, for example, if you think you're going to wear them loads, fair play. Like, if you think that's going to be like a new thing in your wardrobe. I know I've bought things that I've only wore a few times and then been like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. You know, when a lot of like the colourful prints and things came in. I mean, I'm still going to wear them this summer, I'm not going to lie, I quite like a bit of colour. Or even like, you know, those patterned scarves, like the colourful scarves. I love that, and I bought that because I was like, I'm going to probably wear that every year. But yeah, I think it is hard to know whether you are going to wear stuff like a few months on and that in this fashion industry. It's quite difficult to know what the best thing is to do for you and your audience, because at the end of the day you're going to impact how they think as well, even if it is a small amount.
Definitely. I think as well, like for me, I found it really hard to navigate who I was, because I had this fear of not being good enough around other creators necessarily, maybe even subconsciously not taking it in and realising that I was doing things because everybody else was kind of going with the flow of that. But since I've stopped buying into accepting like gifting from brands, things like that, with products that I know aren't really wearable or just sort of like a one and done kind of product, I found it actually easier to be myself. And I've looked at my wardrobe lately and just gone, oh, this feels like me now. And it just feels a bit easier to kind of show up as myself when I'm not tapping into that need to be enough for other people. And it's almost like a seeking validation in a way, like through clothing. It's very interesting.
That is a really interesting way to put it, but I'd say exactly the same. It is. It's all about validation, isn't it? I mean, I have this thing where I don't like ironing my clothes. Because I'm like,
I can't be bothered.
Because I'm like, who am I doing that for? Other people. Like, it's so weird. Like, why do we iron? It's for other people to like not judge you or something. I don't know. It's very odd.
That's a very interesting take on ironing. Do you know what? I need a steamer. I love the idea of a steamer.
I use my steamer every now and again,
but it's not a regular thing. But you think about 50 odd years ago, everyone and their mother was ironing away, and it was like a thing that you did. But now people barely do it. So that's another interesting.
My nan irons her socks and her towels and stuff. Like that is.
Bedding.
I do not have time for that. I know she's retired, but like. Surely not, like fucking socks. Are you joking?
Got so much time on your hands. I think I'll iron my socks today. But yeah, I think showing up as you, being honest about feeling a certain way about being productive, imposter syndrome. I feel like you're so honest on your stories that I don't know what it is. When I kind of tune into you, I feel like, oh, thank God. Somebody said it, like, oh, thank God for that. And I need to check myself, because I know I don't do it enough. Sometimes I'm a little bit vulnerable, but it's that fear of, oh, I know somebody's watching me. Like, I still have people from school who don't follow me, just like view my content daily. And I would never block them, because like, what's the point? Like, there's a few people I've had to block, I'll be honest, but you kind of, you look at it and you go, oh, like, why are you looking? Like, every single day that you don't follow me.
Yeah, that is very odd behaviour.
It makes you think. And yeah, I think sometimes sharing your vulnerable side can be quite daunting, but I feel like you do it really well, and you've created a really safe community, I think, for people.
Oh, that's nice to hear, like, because that's something I always think, like, am I showing what I'm really thinking and feeling right now? Because I think that is so important, and I've seen a few other people do it, but I think you just get so much false representation of people's lives, and
sometimes like false. My life's not really great. Like, I feel like you can see when it's staged.
Yeah. No, I think that's so true as well. I think people also do it now for clout because they know that it's also great to like be real, but then it's not real. I know exactly what you mean. I feel like you can just tell from the way someone
you kind of view it and you're like, oh, they really had a bad day. Okay. And not to like not validate it, but just for sometimes it just doesn't come across sincere, or just like, it can be hard, but I feel like when I check in on your content, I'm like, oh, it's really nice. Maybe that's because it's coming up like all the time now on my like stories, but sometimes when you're experiencing imposter syndrome, it's almost like a last resort action, and I think women are kind of pushed sometimes to do that, and I've noticed it more in women than men. We find it easier to be bitter and to kind of say, oh well, I'm going to judge that part of that person and what they're wearing. It's always based on appearances and things like that.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think I'm guilty of judging other women as well, and I think I just have to rein it in. I think I really have to think about why I'm feeling or thinking the way I do, and it's usually because of outward sources that like, you know, just misogyny as a whole, and I think that might be maybe one of the reasons why we feel imposter syndrome subconsciously, because we see that when other women succeed or share their success, they're sort of thrown down. I mean, all of my I've spoken to some of my friends about this, all of my posts where I'm crying or upset do better than when I'm succeeding or I've posted like an announcement.
That is crazy. So what does that tell you? Because that could tell you two things. We're all feeling the same in that sort of crappy moment, or, oh, that feels quite nice that this person's slightly, you know, on the more vulnerable side, not doing as great. Cool, that's kind of boosted my ego, brought me up a peg. So how do you know, I don't know, how do you measure that? How do you know that people are liking, commenting because they're like, oh, thank you for sharing that, versus great, I'm doing better than her, in their eyes? Because I think when you do show up and share that vulnerability, you're like, oh, that's risky. You're taking a risk in being honest.
Yeah, I think the way you put it is really good, actually, like talking about how they would feel, they would get like an ego boost or a motivation boost if someone else is feeling shit online. Whereas like if you're seeing someone else do well online, you're beating yourself up about it. And I mean, I do the same thing, so that's probably why the vulnerable posts are whatever.
I'm feeling that sort of way, and I'm sharing in my previous podcast about problems in the first month of the year with my photography business. I had to preface it with saying, I feel okay to talk about it now. I feel confident enough to talk about it now. So if anybody is listening to this wanting to get a kick out of me feeling low vibe, I almost wanted to call it out before any feelings were exchanged. And I feel like it is an energy thing and a frequency thing. It's like people do get a sick high from other people's failures, and I did see it from, I mean, I'm gonna be honest and say other bloggers with other bloggers, and it's so sad when, you know, you go into an industry thinking, okay, everyone loves each other, but then you actually kind of hear the goss and the tea, and you're like, oh, I went to this event and this person hates this person and this person doesn't like this content, but I know secretly they're saving all their content and trying to recreate it, and you're just like, how do you even navigate that? How have you specifically navigated that?
I think I really just have to take myself, because I used to think, right, save what you, I still do obviously save stuff that I want to recreate or take my own spin on, but I think most of the time I really have to just like go away from socials, get my little planner out and write what I think, what I truly want to create and what I want to post out there and hopefully hold value in whatever sense that is, if that's a nice like fashion-y pic that might give inspiration, or if that's something that is a bit more deeper, like body acceptance and self-love. And I think I just have to go back to my roots, like what do I actually want to post, rather than comparing what other people's success and thinking, oh, they're doing this at the moment, so I should probably do that to be successful, when it's not the case. I think that's something that I really struggle to comprehend, like even now, and I really have to just, I think, go off socials and go back to my roots and like what I truly believe that I want to post out there and what I want in life from it, you know? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so on sort of like a more sort of social media level, what is your favourite content to create? Because I feel like we have so much pressure to show up on specific platforms because that's how we grow, like Reels. Like, I've got into Reels, but initially I couldn't give it a shit. I was not interested. I don't really consume Reels. Like, occasionally I'll flick through the little Reels page, get bored after 2 or 3 scrolls. TikTok, on the other hand, is very addictive, but I'm not on it in the same way with Reels. So I feel like, am I creating content like that just because I have to? Like, what's your favourite content to create?
I used to be like beauty and fashion, like back in the day when I just had my blog, and I feel like then that transitioned to fashion and then more lifestyle. And when I was at university, I did a lot of I daily vlogged my uni life. It was like, it's quite crazy to look back on, but
that's so lovely. I kind of wish I'd done that actually.
I know,
just the memories. And
it is, it's like, it's pretty cool, because then I can see literally like days where I'm like having the best time, and then the next day I'm like literally crying my eyes out, like in the library left, like
the library session.
Do you know what I mean? So it then transitioned to lifestyle, and then now I sort of do a bit of everything with more of a focus on that self-love. And I don't know, I just really feel like my calling is to like post things that will hold value, or I don't know. I don't know if that actually is the case, but that's what my goal is with my page. And so yeah, for social media content that I love to create, I think it is something like the self-love, body acceptance, which isn't always I can't like just chuck that out, you know, like fashion content, you can like bulk shoot outfits and get them out, but with self-love it doesn't come.
That's so interesting,
you know,
you say that.
you can't bulk shoot that content.
Bulk shoot that, no, not at all.
No, it just comes when it comes. And I write stuff in my notes all the time, like if I'm in the shower and I'm like, oh, like I think back to a time where I felt shit about myself, or something like a quote or something that I think of, I write in my notes straight away, and then I'll come back to that in a caption, or it'll inspire like a reel or something like that. So yeah, it's I feel like my social media content has been like a massive journey in its transition. So I think at the moment it's self-love, but I can't just make that happen. It just has to come naturally,
which is be organic. Definitely. And I think you have to still, in the same instance, reel people in with something to view and see. So obviously sharing an outfit and then relaying it to something, an experience. I feel like blogging into Instagram was the real like mesh of the two, and I feel like we used to put all that stuff in a blog post. And I do kind of miss those days, but I feel like those days are kind of over now, and people aren't really consuming blogs in the same way. It might have its heyday again, might get a bit of a resurgence, but I feel like we're on this scary kind of everything has to be shorter and quicker and give it to me now. Like, I'm getting bored with minute videos. If somebody's sharing stories and okay, they've got the automatic captions, but if I can't get the context, I swipe off or I click through. Like, we're literally getting bored of 15 seconds of content, and it's just it is crazy. And I think there's something higher going on in the world that's making us need to consume this content and absorb things so fast. Everything is so fleeting, but obviously when you're sharing something like mindfulness or self-love, that's a big heavy topic. Like that's not going to be a 1-sentence caption. That's a lot to kind of dive into very quickly. So yeah, I feel like it's quite interesting how you say that's the content that you love to produce the most. And yeah, I think everyone is different. If we all just produced what we wanted to, social media would be a very different landscape right now, but there is so much pressure because it is a job in a sense for us, and if we don't play by the rules sometimes we get penalised for it. So it's hard, isn't it?
Guys, I'm starting the vlog off from the escalator. I feel like this is a new vibe for me. Welcome to the vlog, Charlotte. You've not been on there yet. So you guys would have seen we recorded a podcast this morning, which was really good.
Yeah, it was so fun. Like, I want to come on again.
Yeah.
And again.
Oh my god, please do. And she's going to get back into doing her own. Can I say that?
Yeah.
Yay! She's going to be doing her own podcast as well. So I will pop all of her links in the description. Oh my god, the door's not opening. That's weird. Oh, it closed on here. Awkward. I'm just going to wait for this train to go.
Yeah.
Okay, so I haven't really started the vlog, but we just recorded the podcast, which was amazing.
Yeah, it was so fun.
So good.
So much.
Oh, really good. We had a really good, like, open conversation about imposter syndrome.
I know, we could have chatted for hours, I think.
We actually could have. We will be doing another one very soon.
Yeah.
I can't wait for. But yeah, we're off to go take some pics, and we've also got lunch booked, which is really cool. Can't remember the name of the...
It's Victoria, isn't it?
It's Victoria, yeah. It's on Belgravia. I will pop the name of the restaurant that we're going to in the location so you guys know where we're going, but I've totally forgotten. Food's going to be good, I think.
Yeah.
And a few drinks, I think, as well. But yeah, we're going to shoot some content, have a nice productive one.
Yeah.
But like, it's been such a productive morning as
Yeah,
well.
it
Like,
has.
that
Made me feel
podcast was
good.
good. Yeah. High vibrational. So yeah, we're going to have a nice day in London. Woo! Okay guys, so this is the place that I couldn't remember. It's called Ganymede on Ebury Street. It's literally across from Peggy Portion and what is that place called? Tom Tom Coffee. Yeah, so it's very prime, Belgravia area. Gonna have some lunch, some drinkies.
I'm actually quite hungry.
Yeah, I'm quite hungry now. Have you not? Oh, I had porridge for breakfast.
Yeah, I should have probably eaten this morning.
But yeah, we're gonna eat, have some lovely conversation, more conversation. And then go and shoot some pictures. I think there's lots of like prime little spots. I feel like we could take a photo over there later.
Get to pick up some flowers.
Yeah. Little, oh, the leg kick. Right, should we go for lunch?
we should
Off
go.
we go, I'll watch you. I'll watch you do the door.
You don't want me to film you watching?
So we have made ourselves to the table. I don't know how I was going to phrase that. I was like, we've made ourselves at home here, and oh my gosh, the vibes in here are so nice. It's really classy, isn't it? Just lovely.
Like big plants. Like,
Oh my gosh, guys, it's stunning. It's really, really lovely.
it makes me want to have like a grand dining room. Like,
Yes.
showing out with all these
I know. And the fact that like it's dark wood and dark blue, it still feels very bright in here. It's lovely, but we've got some cocktails. What did you go for?
for a margarita, like tequila.
Delicious. I do like a bit of tequila as well. Is it a salty one or is it just like your regular like, oh nice, because they had a blood orange one, didn't they? Ooh. Exciting. And guys, I've gone for my predictable old-fashioned because that's what I like to do, but we were just having a little look at the decor and just how cute it is. Our little table mats. Mine's got Battersea Power Station. You've got Tower Bridge. Very cute. Very cute. But yeah, we're tucked in this little like little nook. It's really cozy and lovely. It's a really nice like mix between like a pub and a really nice like classy restaurant. So, yeah. The vibes are nice so far. I know. We're going to be shooting later, so love it. Okay guys, so we have our starters, we're just snapping pictures, getting all the shots. What did you go for again? The ravioli? Raviolo. Ah, that's really nice. Yeah, I don't know, I just read it as ravioli. Yeah, posh ravioli basically. Looks really delicious. And I've got, guys, I've gone like pescatarian. I've got a goat's cheese thing, and then I've also ordered fish. Table's looking pretty, the vibes are here, and the restaurant is super cute. So yeah, we're gonna dig in. Enjoy, my love. So we have our mains. We've both gone for the same thing, which I didn't even realise. Looks amazing. It's a stone bass and I cannot wait to dig in. Looks really, really lovely. So nice. I can't remember what the other elements of it is. Was it courgette? I think
I don't know. I think that was on the other menu.
Ah,
So like risotto. Is it risotto?
I can't remember.
I don't know, we'll find out.
We'll find out and we'll put it on screen, but it looks amazing, so we're going to dig into this now. Oh my god, we've got our desserts. Don't know why I've got American. I'm just so excited. So exciting.
Can't stop now.
I can't stop. Oh my god, the creme brulee, guys, it looks epic. Like we need to do a little little tap just to see, and we've got espresso martinis. Cheers, my love. Cheers. Cheers.
To a wonderful afternoon.
To a wonderful leisurely afternoon. Spot on. Oh my gosh. And what have you got again? You've got the chocolate.
Yeah, it's like a chocolate tart with honeycomb.
Oh, it looks so good. Can do a little zoom in there, action shot. Whoa. Delicious. And I've got creme brulee.
Yeah, like thick pieces.
The music. What's getting quicker? This is my brain at 2 AM.
Actually was last night, my head was wired.
Wired. We just had espresso martini, so we're gonna be buzzed.
Yeah, we will. We're not shooting.
Yeah, we're like, wow, get that shot, get that shot. Oh my god, guys, I think we both hit a wall though.
We have.
The desserts just
Took me out.
took us out. It was so good though. I had a creme brulee and you had the chocky
Tart.
Chocky tart.
Chocky tart.
Chocky tart. But yeah, everyone's left now, so I can show you this little space, which I just love. So cute and cozy. It's a really nice vibe in here. This is literally my brain. Love it. Oh my god, what is in this? Oh yeah, coffee and alcohol. That's why I'm buzzed. So I'm back home now, and I thought I would just end the vlog off because yeah, I feel like it's so much nicer to have a little chatty segment before I finish and wrap up the vlog. But oh my gosh, today was so nice and just so high vibrational, and just I love it when I'm around people who just are my vibe, and just I don't know what it is, but when I met Charlotte, literally the first time I met her, I just instantly clicked with her and just knew I needed to be around her energy. And yeah, it was really nice because I actually met her back last year when we went to me and Tasha actually went to the Skinny Dip event, and we just had the best time, and she was really lovely. And then I've actually seen her since, so at a few events. I saw her at the Phenomenal event with Asda, and that's where we first initially sort of caught up. And at that time, me and her were honestly on the same frequency. We were both feeling really not low in a sense that the day was going bad, but we just both didn't really feel confident in ourselves. And it was really sad because it was International Women's Day, and yeah, just bumping into her and exchanging kind of how we both felt, it was really clear that we just sort of clicked vibrationally and on such a really nice level that we were very understanding of each other's emotions. And today was just really, really lovely. We spoke for hours. We recorded the podcast, then we caught up for an hour and a half before going out to lunch, and then we sat in Ganymede for 3.5 hours just chatting. Obviously we had a 3-course meal, so that was kind of in between, and we had cocktails as well. But oh my gosh, it was just so nice just to be able to talk for honestly hours with someone and not feel any awkwardness or boredom. Not to say conversations ever get boring, but yeah, it was just really nice to have such a free-flowing conversation. And I feel we really just chatted about really deep stuff as well. It was just lovely. I feel I'm putting so much focus on people who light up my life and are good souls and good energy around me, and it's making such a difference. Whenever I spend time with good people, I feel so much better about my whole life, and it doesn't matter about the other things going on, and it doesn't matter about the material things in my life. When I have really good solid friendships and good interactions with friends, it honestly makes me feel the best I've ever felt. I really want to do a podcast episode on friendships specifically, because I feel like my life in the last like few years in terms of my friendships has changed massively, and it's really changed me as a person, like things that I prioritize, things that I look for in a friend, and what I'm trying to cultivate. And obviously I'm not sitting here and saying I'm the perfect friend in the whole wide world, but it's about learning how to be a better friend. And I'm just, yeah, understanding people's like boundaries and my boundaries, love languages, because I feel like love languages don't just come into play with like romantic relationships. And it's quite funny because me and Charlotte were actually talking about this at lunch, and we were talking about our love languages and what we kind of look for specifically in a friend and like a partner. And it was just really interesting to talk about what we felt like we needed. She's an earth sign, I'm a water sign, so I feel like it works really well. The kind of synergy between the two is there, and I think it's very interesting when you compare signs, not to put everything on astrology and to base friendships on astrology, but when you really look at like what someone's chart placement is, you can learn so much about a person. And it's quite interesting because you'll actually notice a correlation with their astrology and their love languages and what they need in a relationship or in a friendship. So yeah, I feel like there's so much to learn about how to be a better friend, and I'd love to speak to someone like maybe like an expert on it, because yeah, I feel like there's so much in a friendship and there's so much in a work relationship as well. And I think work relationships are really key to feeling happy and in your surroundings. If you're surrounded by good people, it honestly makes such a difference. And I think we were just sort of chatting about how kind of lonely it can be when you're creating content and you're on your own, kind of getting stuff done and being busy and being productive. Like having friendships, it's really nice just to check in and actually do things for the purpose of just like spending time with that person and being around that energy. So yeah, we really enjoyed each other's company, and it was really sweet as well because she sent me a message and she actually put up the sweetest story, which actually melted my heart so much. Just that she enjoyed like spending time with me, and it was just, yeah, it sounds really like cringy, but I honestly, like, I've come to realise I really appreciate that sort of validation and words of affirmation. I guess one of our languages must be that. I know Charlotte's definitely is. Mine is such a mix of all sorts of things, but yeah, anyway, it was the most like perfect day, really really lovely. We shot some content which was really good. You guys would have seen on some of the b-roll. We shot some content together just in Belgravia, which was obviously where Ganymede is. Belgravia as well, it's just so easy because it's right by Victoria Station, and that's the station that I use to get home and sort of get into London as well, so super easy to get into. Yeah, absolutely love the food at Ganymede, cannot fault it one bit. Everything was spot on from the minute we sort of sat down. Absolutely loved the decor of the space. I didn't really get much footage of inside the restaurant because it was like kind of busy and people were eating, and I kind of felt bad for vlogging other people. But yeah, I just absolutely loved the restaurant inside, not what I was expecting at all. Really really just loved it, and it was really nice company, good food. The wait staff as well were fantastic. My cocktail was amazing. We had an espresso martini for dessert, but the first drink I actually had was an old fashioned, and I might even go as far to say as saying it was the best old fashioned like I've had in a long time. It's probably on par with the first one I ever had in Nashville. And yeah, that's saying something because that was a holy moment. So yeah, it was like, I think it was probably the best old fashioned I've had in London. I think on par with Coglino's, like best cocktails. But yeah, really really happy with just the whole experience. It was very kindly gifted, so I just want to disclose that, but obviously you guys will see that in the little sort of preview. But yeah, I always try and be as honest as possible. Like, I'll always look at the positives of a gifted experience or something if it's been, you know, kindly offered to me, but I will obviously as well offer recommendations or suggestions if I've tried something and it's not up to standard, or I didn't enjoy certain elements of an experience. Like, I will always be true to you in sharing that honest honestly, and just being an honest person. But yeah, I absolutely loved today. It was fabulous, and it's just so nice to pick up the vlog camera. I haven't really had an opportunity really to vlog over the last few days, and I've really been itching to get back into getting my vlogs out there. So yeah, you guys are going to be seeing this in quite like real time, because I'm basically scheduling this for tomorrow. So yeah, Wednesday, you Wednesday people, you're going to be getting this lovely vlog, and I really hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, you will see lots more of Charlotte on the vlogs. I really can't wait to hang out with her more. Like, honestly, I feel so good about life. Yeah, it's so nice to be around that like energy that just makes you feel good as a person. So stay tuned for that. Also as well, I will be editing the podcast that we recorded this morning, which I'm gonna put a teaser in this vlog, which you guys will probably have seen already. But yeah, you are getting a teaser of the podcast. Let me know if you like that as a concept. Should I put more segments of my podcast in to lure you in to listening to the full thing? Would you be interested in that? Let me know, and I will make sure to do that more. But yeah, you can check out the full podcast on Monday, and in the meantime there are a whole host of episodes on there talking about all sorts of things, lots of staying sweet specials as well. So yeah, lots to consume and enjoy. But yeah, I'm just going to end today's vlog and say thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Don't really know what's sort of coming in the next few days, but as ever, if it's exciting and vlog worthy, I will be picking up the camera and you guys are going to be enjoying it. But yeah, lots of love. Have a fabulous week or weekend whenever you're watching this. Stay sweet, and I will see you in my next vlog. Bye guys.